All right, it is February 4th, 2022 on this beautiful day out here at the Independence Ark Farm. Wanted to touch up on a couple of things. I said I was going to do a video yesterday. It was basically like ice falling from the skies out here, and inside the house it's usually hard for me to find peaceful 10-15 minutes to do a video. Sometimes it takes a lot longer because you miss something very important you wanted to say. I go off script, you got to go back. So I decided not to do it. I talked about something exciting coming up for the stock market for the upcoming weeks / months, couple of plays I want to talk to you about at the end of this video. But before I go into that, I just want to go over this jobs report real quick. President Biden, yes, President Biden, whether you or I like him, don't like him, he comes out with this tweet, right, that goes into details of jobs creation and everything else. You know how they do, you know how Trump used to do it. It's all lies 24/7 based on getting reelected. That's always coming down to that. It doesn't matter how many people these people actually hurt. So 465,000 jobs they added into economy, but they don't tell you that just recently we had again weekly, let me repeat that, weekly unemployment for the first time, unemployment claims over 300,000. So we can all do basic math here, subtract 465 minus 350 or so thousand unemployment new claims, and you'll get just probably around 100,000 added jobs. But then out of that 100,000 added jobs, let's go into how many of them are manufacturing. Maybe 14,000, 15 at the most. There is more detail on this on CNBC today. If you get a chance, take a look at it. It's all service sector jobs, bulk of it. It's all low-paying service sector jobs. And then on top of that, let's just add this important fact. A lot of these jobs are just re-entering workforce because stimmy checks stopped, and these people used to work and now they don't work. So now they want to go back to work. So they are not new jobs. They're just re-entering workforce. Like, you really cannot lie this much on national stage without getting caught, without people pointing out facts. But for some reason, it continues to happen. I don't know how people don't see through this. It is just, it amazes me. Why don't they just do, why doesn't mainstream media come up with unemployment weekly rate and then the same date talk about jobs added, and then just kind of compare the two and do basic math? And we all know these jobs are anyways all rigged. If they tell you it's 350,000 unemployment claims, it's probably 450,000 unemployment claims. I mean, it is constantly playing with numbers in order, again, to make them look better. So when you cast your vote, you look at it, this is looking really good. I like this chart. Look at what President Biden did today. I'm going to vote for him. But it doesn't matter if you go try to fill up your gas tank to take a look at what energy prices are doing. What is gas been doing in the last year? Just look at that real quick. I guess that's not important because people can just buy $80,000 electric car, right? I mean, what's the big deal? Just go to Tesla down the street and order a new Tesla for 100, 150,000, 70,000. I don't even know what those things go by. I used to have an electric car. It was a lot of fun. It was BMW, and I do miss it. I do like it. It was fully electric. But at the same time, I'm also not a fool to understand that it's going to take a long time before all these electric vehicles get to be put in workforce, and what do you need in order to charge these cars, and this whole push with the Green New Deal, which is obviously a whole different subject now. It's just a lot of craziness, okay? You go out there and you tell me how many regular cars, let's just call them regular cars, that pull up at the gas station and fill up you see out of 100 cars you see when you drive to work, or maybe 1,000 or 10,000 cars depending where your job is. Just let me know what is the percentage of electric cars versus those that use gas. But again, none of this is important, I guess, because inflation is good for you. You got it, you get it. All right, so let's move on. Energy sector. I said exciting news, not because the prices are going up, but it is exciting news, in my opinion, after you do your own due diligence, by the way, to re-enter some positions into these dividend-paying energy stocks. I really like Phillips 66 right now, PSX, and I also like another one that I forgot the stock ticker now at the top of my head, and I don't want to butcher it. Okay, it's REBX, I'm pretty sure, but I will write the stock tickers down below in the description of this video so you can take a look at them. They pay good dividends. I believe it's good entrance right now. I talked about it yesterday on Twitter. I entered Phillips 66. If you are on Twitter, follow me at the New America 77. I talk a lot on Twitter. I post a lot of crazy stuff, but mostly it's all about trying to make sense out of this nonsense and actually get ahead a little bit if possible. Get in certain sectors when it's time to get in, exit when it's time to exit. As you know, Sibanye-Stillwater, SBSW, that's the one, rhodium, platinum, palladium. They also have some future uranium projects, some gold. This is a solid company. Jurisdiction is a little rough, but very good dividend paying stock. I talked about it on Twitter when I exited. I talked about it that this year, January, will be huge for this stock, and it went up 25%. I exited out, so that was exciting for me to time that one right. You can't time all of them right, of course. It is very hard to do so, but this worked out, and I was able to use these profits now to kind of shift a little bit into energy because this particular stock went up a little too fast. I expected it to go up high, but not so quickly. Though I did not see 25% within like 10 days or so. So exited that and got into Phillips 66. Phillips 66 is my big play right now. I'm expecting about a $10 price jump. So looking at about $95 per share where I would be exiting. And obviously here you can get caught, and these markets can take a huge plunge. And this is why I like, as I talked about, dividend paying stocks. Why? Because if you get stuck like this, you can hold on to them, especially if fundamentals are in place, and you can collect dividends and kind of offset some of those losses. Okay, you'll hear me talk about speculative stocks here and there, like Rick Rule calls them dreadful pennies when it comes to precious metals and stuff like that. But I really like these dividend paying, like I mentioned, higher cap, really solid stocks. So that way, like I said, you can have a little bit of cushion if things go wrong. Now, you do not want to turn your speculation into an investment, okay? That's a big, huge no. Unless you believe that the dividend is so high, you believe underlying fundamentals of this play that you got in for, let's say, 2 to 5 months play, and all of a sudden it did not work out the way you wanted, but you're like, you know what, I'm fine, this one dropped 15%, I'm going to hold on to it because of all these things I just named. That would be the only reason why I would change that mindset of marrying a speculation. And a lot of people make mistakes when they get into these high-flying stocks, I call them, which is mostly NFTs, cryptos, all these assets. They are assets in so many ways, whether you like it or not, whether you believe it or not. And they don't pay any dividends, so they jump in. The stock price dropped 10, 15, 20%. They wanted to hold it on a short term, and all of a sudden they are stuck holding the bag. You do not want to get, I believe, again, this is just my opinion, into those situations. So again, I will write these stock tickers down. Let me know what you guys think. I see crude oil continue to go up. You can't control human nature. People right now are out. They're trying to do stuff. unless you see another lockdown globally, which I don't know how that will pass again with all the information that we know now, but it is possible. There is a lot of sheeple, unfortunately, out there walking around muzzled up and ready to take orders. Yeah, by the way, I don't know why people keep talking about buying land in the Midwest. I lived in Chicago area, Indiana area for over a decade, and winters out there are pretty rough, and it can be pretty costly for your livestock if you're looking at maybe raising cattle, stuff like that. We have some snow here, obviously, as you can see behind me. We are in Arkansas. But this is just 1 or 2 days, okay? Last winter, we had about a week when it was rough, maybe 2 at the most out of the entire winter, okay? I prefer that over those long, never-ending winters where you can't even get outside when it comes to East Coast and Midwest. So, yeah, if you are looking into one of these properties, if you are searching for land, I will definitely look into areas where you don't have to deal with long winters. It's a lot harder, especially if you don't have, let's say, water access like pond or something like that. You have to deal with these hoses, they freeze up. You have to break the ice. Yeah, there are ways to have heated ones, and there is a lot of things, of course, you can do, but it's so much more work, so much more effort you got put into it, and like I said, cost, because you have to buy more hay instead of cattle just grazing, eating nice lush green grass. So look into that. Like I said, I'm not telling you Arkansas is the way for you to do it. We are loving it here, loving it, and I love the prices, by the way, too. That was a big deal. I can get a lot more land for cheaper than maybe going into Texas that's overpopulated and now over I don't even want to get into any political stuff here, but I think you guys know what I'm talking about. I got nothing against Texas, by the way. I go there a lot. I got some family there, but I prefer out here, right here in Arkansas, I call it. It is, I think, beautiful, and I don't mind a little bit of snow. Actually, it's cool as long as it's not too long, like this video turned out to be. Take care. We will talk soon. And remember, everything I say is, I'm telling you what I'm doing and why. This is not investing or trading advice at all, okay? I'm out.